accent, and I just kept it. It doesn't make any sense, but no, I enjoyed doing that.
So for those who don't know what we're talking about, that's 12 dogs. 12 dogs for Christmas. Is that right?
The 12 Dogs of Christmas. It's if you like dogs, it's kind of cute.
It's Disney and campy, but you play the town
hairdresser with a heart of gold.
The young girl in the film is related to you somehow.
Was it made for theatrical or television?
It was made for theatrical. It has been released on TV. It went straight to DVD. They wanted to sell it to Walmart, which they did.
Oh.
It was kind of a mess. Again, John ended up having to stand up for the crew and the actors because it was a man who shall remain nameless. He's a manager. He manages some major singers and groups over the years, and he decided this was his dream movie to make, The 12 Dogs of Christmas. So he's going to make it for $1 million. The guys who produced Napoleon Dynamite had just done that, and he got them to be the producers on this, and they said they could produce a period film with like 70 children and 100 dogs, period cars because it was in the Depression, and costumes in Bethel, Maine, with snow for $1 million.
Oh boy, that just sounds like asking for a disaster.
And it was. It actually ended up being $2 million is what he ended up having to pay, but that meant he had to pay. He had to pay everybody twice what he paid them because it was no longer a low-budget movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he also was trying to work the children 12 hours a day.
Oh.
Yes, so we had to sit him down in our hotel room and say, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And we'll give you one shot to stop doing this or we'll close down your movie. Because the mothers had begged us to let their children be stars or whatever like that. And then 5 weeks into the shoot, no one had gotten paid. So we had to sit him down and tell him that he had to pay people or we wouldn't go on set. And then he tried to bring out his checkbook, and it's like, well, you can't do that because there are benefits and things like that people have to get paid properly. But John plays the evil dog catcher, Doyle, and we were supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend in it, but then I was supposed to turn on him because he's the evil dog catcher. But they decided his character was too creepy. So if you watch that movie, what I find funny, there's, for instance, a scene where he comes over to my house with mistletoe, and I'm wearing a somewhat low-cut top. And it's because at the time we were shooting it, he was supposed to be my boyfriend. So I was supposed to be sort of dressed up for him to be coming over. But by the time the movie got made, he was no longer my boyfriend. He was just sort of someone who was annoying to me. So I find it funny that I'm dressed in...
So it's out of context completely.
Yeah, it's like, why is she dressed like that? But this is what happens.
Well, the young girl in the film is your daughter, niece, or...
Her father was my ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
So he sends her, it's the Depression, and he can't afford to keep his daughter fed. So he sends her to me.
And she's got this big dog that she's taking in and is trying to hide from everybody, including the evil dog catcher.
It's a little town where you're not allowed to have dogs. They banned dogs.
That's believable.
There is a fun scene that I enjoy. It's in my iPod, but I don't have it on the disc to show you.
We can find this if we go to Blockbuster or
something.
It's for rent down here down the street, actually. And there's a scene where Bonnie has to distract John when his pet cat can detect dogs, apparently. And the cat is making whatever noise it makes, and John's like, "There's a dog here. I know there's a dog here." And so Bonnie's trying to distract him, and she's running like the local hair salon or what have you. And so she, all these little, well, why don't you come up for a haircut and a shave? And it's like, but then she says it again in a different way to imply the haircut and shave doesn't really mean haircut and shave.
And I laugh because it's like so wrongly dirty in a children's movie. Well, I say, oh, do you want a haircut and a shave? And he goes, a haircut and a shave, or a haircut and a shave? And I'm wiggling up and down the wall going, oh, a haircut and a shave. He starts running down the hall.
I just love that scene. It's a funny scene.
Well, yeah, and then all of a sudden I'm like whipping things around.
For some reason, when you said that, I started to picture a Texas brothel.
Yeah, well, it was one of the, well, actually, in one scene, John tells me not to get my panties in a twist. They cut that out.
They're going to remake.
Panties in a twist or knickers in a twist?
They probably would have been knickers, but he said panties, and anyway, they cut it out. They're like, what are you guys saying here?
They're going to retitle the movie Best Little Doghouse in Texas.
Only it was made.
What makes me laugh is if you know all the the strange things that are happening. I mean, there's the dog that the little girl finds a dog and is trying to keep it away from the dog catcher and hide it from everybody. But the dog that they got, it started out at the beginning of the shoot as a puppy, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So some scenes she's got like this dog beside her, and other scenes it's this little tiny puppy. And the poor dog trainers, they really had a hard time because they were told they would have all the animals they needed. And it's the 12 Dogs of Christmas, so at the end there's a whole Christmas pageant, and it's based on the evil producer, his daughter, just like K.J. Rawlings. His daughter, when she was like 7 years old, on a cocktail napkin or a placemat, wrote the 12 Dogs of Christmas, which simply is on the first day of Christmas, my children, I got a Cocker Spaniel. On the second day of Christmas, I got 2 boxers. On the third day of Christmas, so it goes through 12, and the 12th dog is like, I don't know, Chihuahuas. So to do the pageant at the end, they had to get 12 Chihuahuas, 11 Labradors, 10.
Oh my God.
No, they ended up,
That's 143 animals.
You can figure that out then?
Well, 12 times 12.
No, because it would be 12 this, 11 that, 10 that.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We were impressed for a moment.
But that was
So they CGI'd some of them in, but they actually had to get a lot of those animals, and they had to get this cat that was supposed to be able to sniff out dogs, and of course the cat is like the lamest cat on the planet. John's like, oh my God, because the cat just goes like this. So John's like actually literally pointing the cat at
Kind of divining rods.
Exactly, and at one point,
One meow for yes, 2 meows for no.
So they had to audition animals. They did not get the animals. So when they got to the town of Bethel, people brought their animals from all over the countryside, and they had to audition them.
Wow.
And these guys, these poor animal trainers, it was like 14-hour days of them just looking at people's
It reminds me of working on an old, on bad Roger Corman films like I did before. Ugh. Yuck.
Well, I liked the animals. I thought they had a whole scene where they were bathing. They had little kids bathing all the animals. And at one point,
Something right out of Annie.
well, at one point, one of the gals who was supposed to be wrangling the kids, she just was fed up, and so they're shooting the scene where all the kids are bathing animals, and there's kids everywhere, and the camera's like coming through, and she looks at all the kids, and she goes, if you stare directly in the camera, there's something inside of it that will burn your pupils out, and you'll go blind. So the kids, you see all these kids, and they're like going like this. They were just, and they needed to have, a German Shepherd was supposed to have puppies at the end of the movie, and it was supposed to be really cute and adorable, and the animal trainers had told them that they had 5 German Shepherd puppies. They should shoot them now before the movie starts because they've got them, and they'll be too big by the time they get to that scene, and the producer said no. So by the time they got to the scene, the dogs are now this big.
Oh my God.
So what they did,
Ugh.
they got little scarves that a woman made in town that she knitted, and they put wind-up toys inside of them, and they wrapped the scarves. So they put a dog in the middle of a basket, and they put these little tiny scarves with wind-up toys wrapped around them, and they moved them. So you just see
So
these
you
little
see all these
things
little
like
toy animals moving.
bobbing in there, but it was a quick shot. And then also there was a shot, I forgot about this. There was supposed to be a shot where John, the evil dog catcher, is coming with his sidekick, and they had this little weird motorcycle thing that
With a sidecar, yeah.
yeah, that had a big net that was supposed to fall down and capture children and stuff like this. And so this huge effect, they could only do it once.
Horrible movie.
It's actually not that scary. There was supposed to be a scene where they come driving up to this house and they're going to capture all the children, and like rockets go off and things go
God,
flying.
it sounds like that
through the air.
awful child catcher out of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yes! That's what it was reminding me
That's
of.
what I was thinking when you described the net. It reminded me of the guy, the awful child catcher.
That movie, and so they're really little, and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I want to watch that with my kids. Thought they'd love it, right? They were so scared of that child catcher.
Mhm.
Well, he had that long, skinny nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
No,
very
this
creepy.
This isn't that scary. They actually had scarier parts in it, and they ended up having to edit it out. Are you bored?
Yeah, he's getting out of his car.
Oh, it was Jonathan on the
No,
phone.
he's there. He's getting out of his car. You there?
Either that or is he about to get hit by a train.
Wait.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to be at the phone for a little while, so I'm here, but you won't hear me.
Okay.
That's fine.
He was driving on his way home, that was his car door.
It's interesting, I feel like can we listen to you cook dinner and?
He's probably gonna go in